top scholar athletes in the DMV area. SASN.TV, the only high school sports network that features the top athletes in the DMV.
And we are back live here on SASN.TV at the Capital Hoops Summer League with the last game of the night for the quarterfinal, the last spot of the semifinal, as we just witnessed DeMatha versus Gonzaga. DeMatha edges Gonzaga in the game. We are here with the Tenley Tigers, comprised of the Jackson Reed High School varsity men's basketball team, versus the Hawks, comprised of the Hayfield secondary team and the defending state champions for Virginia 6A. I'm Daniel Harris, and with play-by-play and color commentators Steve Harris and Markel Samuels. And Steve, we have the battle of the champions because Jackson Reed also won a public school championship in DC, won the public school championship for the city, and finished as the runner-up in the overall city championship. So it's the battle of the champions here.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. They have some returning players as well, so, you know, they're coming to experience, you know, and, you know, prepared for this matchup and all the talent that the Capital Hoops Summer League brings. So, you know, we're going to have a good game on our hands here with this last of our doubleheader here tonight.
Players to watch in this game: Greg Jones, one of the regions and one of the state's top players for the Hawks and for the Tigers. Although Robert Dockery is not suited up and not present in the game today, the next player to watch is Marvin Brimage, the senior, as a rebounded missed shot by the Tigers as DJ Holloway finds Jones. Holloway. Missed shot by the Hawks, and the Tigers have possession. Point guard by Joe McCray. McCray finds McCamar James. Brimage goes for three, and it's good. As Marvin Brimage scores the first points of this game, of this last game, for the last spot of the quarterfinal.
That was a deep three, man. That was a deep three. We're over here in Hinesville.
Jones for three. No good. Brimage goes up for the transition, and it's good for two. And the Tigers have two. Jones, the 6'6" wing. Missed shot by Holloway. Rebounded by Ryan Payne. And a foul is called. The battle between the River, as the Hawks, located in Franconia, Springfield, Alexandria area of Northern Virginia, and the Tenley Tigers, located in Tenleytown, in the Tenleytown section of DC. David King goes up, no good, blocked by the Tigers as Brimage goes up for a layup, and it's good.
Brimage has started off hot here, as he has all 7 points for the Tenley Tigers to start off this game.
Payne has the ball, finds Jones. Jones tries to go into a one-on-one, drives up for a scoop layup, and it's good. Greg Jones recently picked up some more offers after a good showing in the live period. Picked up Boston as of recently this week on Tuesday, as McCray gets called for the carry. Jones gets the ball, and it's a steal by the Tigers as Justin Gilmore. It's a 9-2 zip. 9-2 game for the Tigers. It's Jones, Greg Jones.
Great steal about Gilmore as he was playing the passing lane. He was our player of the game in their last outing in their matchup versus Good Counsel.
Yeah.
And an offensive foul on Ryan Payne. The Hawks went a perfect undefeated record winning the state championship this past year in Virginia at the highest classification. Getting a little bit rattled. It's a lot different playing against a team in DC, either public or private. So this summer league, this past regular season, as Coach Carlos Pondexter said, it's supposed to make them tougher in the regular season as Ryan Payne gets a steal and gets a foul call. We have a foul call on Joe McCray.
Tell me more about the Hayfield Hawks. Being undefeated.
Players such as DJ Holloway, David King, and Greg Jones is the leader of this team, and they got some new faces that they got on this team as well. Andy Martinez, who also had a great buzzer beater here in the upset win against Gonzaga in the regular season. As DJ Holloway gets a steal, but it's called as a foul call, as he almost gets a steal on Jaden Fort, who is a rising sophomore for the Tigers.
Seen a lot of half-court basketball playing here, right here. Not too much transition.
And Greg Jones, one of his specialties is he's a wing point guard. Greg Lomax, Fort goes up.
Good,
the layup is good.
Great aggressiveness to get into the basket right there. I like how Tenley's coming out in the pace and space right here. All guys on the outside of the perimeter, opening up that space to get into the center of the lane.
Turnover by the Hawks, and a foul call is on DJ Holloway. One of also other impressive things about Hayfield, because normally you'll see public schools recruit players. This Hayfield team, they all grew up together.
Really?
They all grew up together through middle school, and they all moved in naturally. So it was one of the most organic state championship teams in the state of Virginia that I can remember.
That teamwork, that communication, that definitely sounds good. Again, you said coming off a 32-0 record to a state championship.
Sean Burton replaces Martinez. Greg Jones goes up.
Too many times tonight. They're definitely going to take the lead.
Yeah, they definitely don't want to see that happening. Just a player coming down right down the middle of the floor and being able to go to the bucket.
Rimmage goes up and misses the layup floater, and Jones finds Holloway. Holloway hits a three, and that's the first field goal.
From deep.
For the Hawks.
We're starting to see a lot of teams out here pressing, and that's looking really good right there.
Rimmage.
Great steal.
Bad pass.
And a great steal by Ryan Payne into layup, and it's 13-10.
Definitely can't be out here telegraphing those passes right across the top. They're going to get picked off every single time.
Yeah. Coach Jackson of the Tigers is, you know, pretty upset, visibly upset, you know, about how many times they've turned the ball over to start this game off. It started off with an early lead, and now it's down to 3. And I believe that's strictly because of the turnovers.
Hopefully these guys can pick it up, get right back into it.
One of the things about this, with the difference between the Hawks team and this Hawks team and the Tigers team, the Tigers, long and athletic. They don't even have their best player, Rob Dockery, here today. And they almost jumped into a commanding 15-point lead almost.
I noticed that during warm-ups too. That was very interesting to see. But I think it's definitely great to see how the team can operate when you don't have your star player out there.
Brimage goes down, almost loses the ball, finds an opening, shoots a layup, no
Wow.
good. Gilmore goes for 3, and it's good.
That height
Justin
for
Gilmore.
Tenley is definitely going to be a big impact in the rebound game tonight.
Yeah, Jaden Ford using every bit of his 6'6" length on that rebound.
And a great find by Ryan Payne to find David King. David King, the 6'3" undersized power forward, has gained a lot of Division III and a lot of Division II interest as of recent. Undersized, but has led the region in rebounds as DJ Holloway. Layup is good.
That's another turnover for those Tigers.
Yeah, they're starting to pile up early for them.
As Fort goes in for a slam as the rising sophomore. And it's 18-14, Tigers. As the Hawks, Jones goes off the screen for King. Misses the jumper. Rebound by Fort. Gilmore finds Kai Settles and a foul on Ryan Payne, and great sportsmanship by both teams. And it's Tigers basketball, and we have some substitutions. Subbing in for Ryan Payne. Subbing in for Jalen Fort, respectively, for the Hawks. For the Hawks, they have another jersey, number 4, I believe. I think we messed up, and a foul's on him. But for the Tigers, subbing in is number 12, Ben Coble, a senior. A senior for the Tigers. And Greg Lomax, the rising junior, shooting the free throws. As Jones brings it up with 9:40 left. 19-14, all Tigers. Holloway goes for 3, note short, and Gilmore gets the rebound, pushes the pace. Gilmore slows it down, finds the mid-range, and it's 21-14 Tigers. Jones going coast to coast, goes for the mid-range as well, misses, rebounded by King, the rebound king, David King, and it's 21-16. .9:05 left in this first half. Gilmore goes up for a scoop layup, too easy, and it's good. And he's looking at Holloway, what's up? And Holloway finds Jones. Jones.
Yeah, we're starting to see Gilmore come alive here around just above 8 minutes to go.
Gilmore goes up and another one. No Rob Dockery, no problem, as the Tigers take a lead to 25-16, and we get a timeout by the Hawks.
Yeah, I believe Gilmore's trying to make up for those 2 early turnovers that he had. And that's good to see, you know, that he's looking to turn things around here early.
Very good decision making by Gilmore as well, Justin Gilmore. as it's 8:41 left in the first half. We see some substitutions. It's Jones, Greg Jones, bringing up the ball. Finds Holloway. Holloway goes up, finds King, and reverse layup, and it's good. And one of the things about David King is he is really good on the low post, even though undersized is 6'3". One of a great key player for this team. McCray goes up for a floater, and it's a blocking foul.
These Tigers are definitely attacking that center. They're definitely attacking the basket with space and space.
That foul's on the Hawks on number 4 on number 5, Sean Burton. Gray misses the free throw, and Holloway gets the rebound, and Holloway, careless pass. McCray steals it.
Oh, good move.
McCray goes up in between legs,
Great
scoop layup,
finish.
and it's good.
And one.
And
I like that move right there to create that separation.
And one of the things about these Hawks teams that Coach Pondexter wanted to get from this varsity team as they played in this league, realize tougher competition is going to get them better, because they're not going to see this competition in the regular season in Northern Virginia. As Jaden Fort gets to the substitution, and as Joe McCray hits the free throw, and we have the substitution. DJ Holloway subs out.
Speaking with a lot of coaches here in Summer League, their the game plan is always each game to get better. Again, create that gelling, the early stages of gelling together prior to the season. Like you guys said, the freshmen and sophomores that are coming in, getting them used to the change of speed in the game, playing against bigger competition.
Phoenix Card subs in for the Hawks, as we had an offensive foul on Greg Jones, and it's 28-18.
Yeah, you can see the defensive intensity is really picking up for the Tenley Tigers. Joe McCray and Gilmore just harassing these guards.
That's Fort. Looks for a guard. Finds Lomax. Lomax goes up for a high floater, and it's good, and it's 30-18.
That's a great basket.
And the Tigers are running away with it. As King finds Jones, and it's a foul call on Justin Gilmore. As Card gets the ball, the rising freshman. You can tell he really looks like a freshman as well. Burton finds Jones. Jones finds Card. 2 seconds left in the shot clock. And shot clock violation on the Hawks, and the rising freshman, he's learning the hard way. You got to use a shot clock.
Yeah, definitely a learning moment right there on that turnover, just not being mindful of the situation and the shot clock.
And Braylon Cage subs in. And an almost near turnover as Burton knocks it off in the substitution. As Ryan Payne substitutes for David King. McCray gets the ball screen from Fort. McCray finds Fort up high, and Fort goes up. No foul call. Jones goes coast to coast. Almost loses the ball. Ball's in play. Payne off 2 feet. And a foul is called with 6:11 left in the first half.
Like you said earlier, Steve, the Tenley is definitely, that height is definitely going to be there for them. Greg Jones over here for the Hawks is definitely doing it all, from bringing the ball down court to rebounding, posting up on the block. He's definitely the player to beat tonight.
And Payne. This is the first one, and we have a substitution. David King returns, and give big shout out to Phoenix Card, the 5'10" rising freshman playing for the state championship team, the defending state champions in Summer League. That's a huge honor in Northern Virginia, really. For the rising freshman, you're playing with the varsity team.
That speaks volumes on your confidence in your play style. And coach and the guys must definitely have a lot of trust and belief in them.
Brimage misses the layup as Jones gets the rebound for the Hawks, and almost a near turnover. Payne gets the ball. Payne goes up for a layup, goes in between Fort, and he gets the foul call. Big thing for the Hawks is they have to find a way to attack the rim and also play very patient. They're not going to be the most athletic team on the floor tonight as the Tigers are, and the long and athletic team in the guard play. So it comes down to making the smartest plays.
Definitely, and staying aggressive. Just like on that last play, being able to go in there and get Fort and draw the foul on Fort. He has to do a better job of being vertical and not swiping down with it when he's attempting to block these shots of the Hawks guards.
I definitely agree with both of you guys' statements. The key for the Hawks is definitely, going to say, getting to the free throw line, playing strong defense. When you have the opportunities, moving that ball in transition and getting to that free throw line.
So we had a block from David King, as David King blocked McCray, and then we have a foul call on Greg Lomax as Greg Jones of the Hawks goes up for 2. And we just have had a update. As Paul VI, there's a JV Summer League team by Capital Hoops, and Paul VI just won the Summer League out of Fairfax, Virginia. I'm sorry, Chantilly, Virginia, defeating Bishop McNamara, as we see a charge call on the Tigers, initiated by David King.
And that can come back and hurt the Tigers later on in the game. A quick 2 fouls picked up by Fort, and he's forced to go to the bench.
That's his 3rd foul. There's 5:30 left in the first half as Jones playing the point guard. And it's a turnover on the Hawks. As Lomax plays the point, guarded by Payne. Lomax finds Brimage. Brimage for 3. Short. But it's a putback by Kai Settles, and it's 32-19. Payne goes up, layup, bucket no good, and a foul is on the Tigers.
Yeah, that was a great move to get into the lane right there and attack the basket.
Yep, great crossover.
And that foul was on Kamora James, the 6'4" forward for the Tigers. Payne goes up for 2. That's Adrian Martinez of the Hawks replaces Burton. And it's 32-21 with under 5 minutes to play in the first half. Brimage, as the Tigers find Settles. Settles finds McCray. McCray. Great poise, Brimage. Guarded by almost a near steal by Martinez. Out and almost poked out, but Brimage still has most of the ball. And a steal by Ryan Payne. And another turnover by the Hawks as McCray comes up with it. McCray finds James, and it's a turnover by the Tigers, almost hitting one of the photographers. Hopefully she's okay.
The Hawks are doing a great job tonight as far as getting after the ball. Again, with them having a smaller lineup, they're definitely able to get down lower and attack the basket on the drive and strip it. But again, as soon as we're getting the ball, having that control to finish on the other end.
Totally agree. As Jones gets the handoff, as Cage is in the game. Turnover by Payne as he tried to get David, as Settles is down there, as Lomax goes up coast to coast in the Euro step. We almost have an injury on the play of Kai Settles as Martinez drives in, finds Cage. Cage for three, and it's good. And it's 34-24 with 3:48 left in the first half. McCray goes up for the teardrop. Rebound by Jones. As Jones almost had King. Jones finds King.
And the Tigers are running again.
Great
That's
finish.
Brimage. Layup in there, and there's an injury call. As Kai Settles, I believe he rolled his ankle.
Yeah, hopefully he's okay. He's able to return. I believe the referee had to tell him to get out of the game because he noticed that he was dealing with that injury.
Definitely trying to play through it, I see.
Yeah.
The Tigers have a thin bench already, losing a few players tonight. They won't be available. As Rob Dockery, their star player, is not available tonight. As Payne shoots a three, and it's 36-28 with under 3 minutes to go in the first half.
The Hawks are definitely finding that stroke in the three in the corner right there. That's their second shot from that same position.
Gilmore finds Brimage. Brimage finds James, and it's knocked out by the Hawks.
The Hawks coming out in a 2-3 zone right here.
And fouls on Adrian Martinez. Adrian Martinez came from the Dominican Republic late in the year. Earlier this school year, he's new to the country. Moved from the DR. Didn't really speak much English until now, as that's what the story said from Coach Pondexter.
Wow.
So Coach Pondexter thinks he's going to be a big addition for this upcoming year. And a block by Kamara James from Tigers, but David King still comes up with it, and it's 36-30, 2:15 left in the first half. But Adrian Martinez, a good feel-good story, has a chance to be really good.
That's a big transition right there. Again, like you said, first time in the country.
It's Jones hits a three.
Nothing but the bottom. And Jones on that last three.
Again, that's the second one from that same spot. Again, they're getting no corner threes to fall.
It's Jones goes up, layup, no good. And it's 1:41 left as Gilmore goes coast to coast, and a scoop layup by Justin Gilmore, and it's 38-33.
No, that's definitely been aggressive right there in the lane. Through three people right there, Steve.
1:27, Jones finds David King again, that connection, and then we have a little bit of a ball game, 38-35, with the Tigers still holding on to the lead. Lomax finds Brimage, Brimage finds McCray. McCray finds Gilmore, Gilmore going ISO, and a steal. Martinez comes up with it. Martinez finds Holloway. Holloway finds David King, rim running. And David King, the undersized power forward, gets the layup, and it's 38-37. People underestimate David King because he's only standing at 6'3", but he plays like he's 6'7", 6'8". And that's the reason why many Division IIIs and many Division IIs are looking at him as an undersized power forward.
Yeah, he's playing with a lot of heart and a lot of presence.
Definitely been active
on both
out here.
ends.
On both ends, yes.
And being a leader, you know, telling his teammates to, you know, keep their heads up and, you know, their spots on the floor.
Martinez is subbed out by Cage. Well, this Hayfield team is very connected. One of the most connected teams in the Summer League as Jones finds King again, and King still going at it, but shot clock is off. As King goes up for the foul shots as Kamar James, that's his second foul.
Seems like the Hawks have grown comfortable as the game has gone on. You know, they just seem to have gained confidence, you know, with, you know, every moment, you know, that they've been able to have success.
I definitely agree again from the defensive standpoint, the steals that they're racking up. Once they cross half court, they're definitely starting to slow the ball down and kind of get into their half court offense. And from there, I mean, again, like you said, you've seen a lot of passes to the middle. King and other players either getting right at the front of the rim, if not finding the player available, finding the best shot open in the corner to knock down those threes.
And we're tied at 38, which was once a lead, big lead by the Tigers. 22 seconds left. Lomax finds McCray. McCray, shot no good. Jones gets the rebound. Jones finds King. King goes up, and another one for David King.
King's been making some tough baskets out here. Definitely contested.
And the Hawks get the lead, and it's a blocking foul. And Parker Cage gets called, the rising sophomore.
Now, Steve, I thought that was a charge right there because I definitely think my guy was set there coming down court.
Also in the game for the Hawks is Julian Merritt. I believe Parker and Braylon Cage are brothers, but 2 years younger, 2 years apart. Rebounded by Jones. Joe's up, 1 second left. And no good. And we're at halftime as the Hawks of Hayfield take the lead against the Tigers, 38-40. y'all in. All right, we're rolling. And we're back here, live here at SASN in our second game of our doubleheader between the Hawks of Hayfield High School and the Tenley Tigers, comprised of the Jackson Reed High School team. And Hayfield takes the lead, led by David King, this undersized power forward. Marquel Samuels, Daniel Harris, and Steve Harris here. Talk about David King, guys. You guys were very impressed. You guys were sleeping on him a little bit.
David King's been getting it again, playing on both sides of the court with a quiet 15 points, 2 rebounds on 7 of 9 shooting. I mean, he's only missed 2 shots so far. Don't forget the block that you called out earlier, Steve, and he's done all that in 15 minutes.
Yep. I'm very impressed, by his leadership, his presence, and, his tone of play. He's out there like a quiet storm, man, not really making a noise. But he's definitely letting his presence be known.
I think just like you said earlier, the impact that he's making not only with the ball in his hands, but again around the team, the communication. I think every team needs that, that kind of on-court coach type of player.
Yep.
That can definitely be the gel that holds that team together. And not to forget Ryan Payne. Ryan Payne had a quiet first half, 10 points, 2 rebounds. But he's shooting 2-2, 1 3-pointer on 5 free throws.
David King again comes up with another rebound again. As the Hawks. Jones finds David King. David King trying to get over that length and gets the foul call.
But he's down there working now. He's working, getting it. First shot got blocked, but he caught the rebound right back into the post with it.
Yep, definitely staying consistent.
And you can definitely see somebody's been in the gym working on that footwork down low.
Yeah, he's definitely showing off his footwork, with a couple of drop steps and spin moves down there in the paint.
Exactly. He's right there with it. Somebody's been working.
King plays for the Nova Cabs during the AAU season. Again, like I said earlier in the broadcast, King has a lot of Division III and Division II interests. He has the perfect size for an undersized power forward for the lower levels of college basketball. And has a chance to be he was an all-conference and all-regional player and all-state member, almost, I believe. Led the region in rebounds.
Wow.
In double-figure rebounds.
You see a lot of players like that, especially with King's height, make the transition. If he can go at the next level with his height and go from playing forward to a guard position and just work better on those handles, that would be a great transition. Again, with the fact that he already can play in the post and he already knows how to rebound, that would be a great opportunity. Just open up the door even more for him.
The Tigers have possession as Gilmore running the point. As Brimage goes for a long 3. Offensive rebound by Fort. Fort tries to find, and David King comes up with it again.
Great pass.
Finds Holloway, and it's no good. Brimage takes the ball. Lomax is in the middle. McCray finds Brimage. Brimage reverse layup, no good. And the Hawks come up with it, and Holloway finds Payne. Payne for 3. No good. Rebounded by Gilmore. Gilmore going up and down. Finds McCray. McCray layup, and it's good, and it's tied up 40-all. With under 14 minutes left in the second half. Holloway finds King. Holloway goes up for a layup, and it's good too. As DJ Holloway is in the game.
That was a nice handoff to give him that space to cut baseline right there.
Brimage tries to create off the dribble, and it's a foul call on Greg Jones, and Greg Jones is smiling about it, but Greg Jones, all-state, all-conference, all-region, and also conference player of the year for the Hawks this past season. Scored double figures twice, multiply, especially in the first game against DeMatha early in the regular season that shook heads, because not many public schools in Northern Virginia go toe-to-toe with DeMatha like that. And it's all because of him, as Jones goes down fast break, goes up, layup. This is no good.
I like that speed to go coast to coast right there. He's pushing it through the entire Tenley defense right there. and just about finished with the left hand. I like that.
Greg Jones, another big piece of this Hawks team. Went to Hayfield from middle school all the way to high school. So Hayfield's a secondary school. As I said, the majority of this core, with the exception of this few, all grew up in the program.
That's very rare. That's very rare to see that.
Very rare.
I wouldn't be surprised, like you said, if a lot of the guys play AAU together. But again, that team bonding that you've definitely built over the years, that chemistry.
Bad entrance pass, but David King makes up, goes up again for a layup, and it's
shot.
good. David King. He is all over the place as the Tigers have no answers. David King.
Now, King, just like Jones, like you said earlier, is definitely playing on both sides of the ball, and it's definitely there. That was a great steal right there. And again, right in lane with the footwork, that spin to the right hand, finishing off the glass. That was very clean.
We definitely have to get more talking about. We might have to have three Hawks players in the post-game interview tonight. The way how they're playing hard and going back, win or lose.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely been a group effort here tonight by the Hawks. They were down early, and now they're up 5. We're going to see what the Tigers are going to do, to turn this thing around.
King is definitely on his way to putting up a smooth, I wouldn't even say quiet, 20-plus points tonight.
And it's a total mismatch between Jaden Fort, who is about 6'7", and David King, who is 6'3", almost 6'1" without the shoes, and out-rebounding the entire Wilson team. That's just pure will and grit.
That's that heart. That's that heart that Steve spoke on earlier.
As Brimage drives in, goes up for a floater, and it's good. And the Tigers cut the lead to 3.
It's good to see Brimage make a basket, as he hasn't been able to put one in since making his first 4 attempts.
Jones gets a good three-pointer off the dribble, and it's 48-42 Hawks. As the Hawks are trying to make an upset, be the lone public school team or the lone Virginia team, as Jones steals it.
Showtime.
And a two-handed slam by Greg Jones.
Jones showing the bunnies.
And it's 50-42 with under 12 minutes in the first half. And
And
another steal.
Showtime, maybe not.
And Payne recovers it, and Jones gets a layup, and it's 52-42, all Hawks.
Hawks are right back into it. If I'm correct, that's their 3rd steal of the half right there. That's 11 steals for the game.
McCray loses the ball as Payne rebounds it. Payne. And then McCray makes it up with a steal. McCray goes up, tries to draw the foul, and it's good. And he draws the foul really well. McCray goes up.
A good effort by McCray, who's visibly upset of that non-call on his last drive. Was able to get the steal and create some contact and make himself get to the line on that attempt.
I think the referees have done a great job this summer league. Again, they're definitely let the players play through it. Definitely aggressive, definitely taking some contact out here. And it just shows that will and that toughness.
52-44 with 11:25 left in the second half. Jones gets the ball back from Burton. King tries to get a post up there, and it gets a holding call on Gilmore. Jaden Fort. And that's Jaden Fort's 4th foul. He's going to be key with this very thin bench that Wilson has. Jackson Reed has. And it looks like I see on the bench former Jackson Reed alum Jay Heath, who was at Arizona State at the time. He's currently at Arizona State. He's on the bench coaching. Love to see alums here, and we got a foul call on the floor.
Tenley's definitely had a tough time tonight containing King. Again, like you guys called out earlier, King being the smaller of the matchup has definitely taken advantage in the post.
King goes up. I'm sorry for cutting you off, Markwell.
Oh, you're fine, you're fine.
Holloway finds Jones. Jones goes up, and it's a good, and the two-pointer is good, and it's 54-44 with under 11 minutes left.
And that's just too easy. That is just too easy.
Brimage tries to go into the lane, tries to create, and it's a holding call on Sean Burton. And Coach Bondexter, who can't coach in the game due to public school rules in Virginia, telling Burton, you're good. Settles, finds Gilmore. Gilmore trying to run the offense. Gilmore goes into the lane, jump off 2 feet. Turnover, good, and Jones finds a baseball pass to Payne. Payne, layup is good for Ryan Payne, and it's 56-44 with under 10:30 left in the second half.
The Hawks are dominating on defense right now. This turnover battle has really, and Tenley with a big three right there. This turnover battle has definitely been going back and forth, but now with the Hawks coming back out the second half, I mean, they're starting to run away right here on the defensive end. Whenever Tenley tries to penetrate the lane, again, the guys are doubling down and getting their hands inside and stripping that ball every single time.
Jones gets a good three off the bounce, and it's 59-47, under 10 minutes to play, as the Hawks might be running away with it. McCray, almost a fake handoff. McCray loving the ball handling skills, and he gets the foul call on Ryan Payne.
Great spin move by McCray, splitting that double team.
Definitely don't forget the bump right there at the front of the rim to get that space.
Yep.
To get that shot off. I like it.
And that's Payne's third foul and the substitution. Braylon Cage subs in for Burton. And McCray hits the free throw, and it's 59-48. And it's Cage
Jones
with the
is out here
three,
climbing.
and it's 62-49, and the Hawks coming from Northern Virginia are almost running away with this. Long shot by Brimage, no good. Rebounded by Settles. Gilmore gets the ball. Rebounded, big rebound by David King again, but it gets a travel call.
Jones and King are doing a great job out here tonight, finding that open man and finding that best shot. Again, the entire offense is flowing through these two guys.
As Jones, another long pass, and King rim running again, and the layup, it's good like clockwork, and it's 64-49 with 9:02 left.
If I'm correct, guys, that's 20 or 22 points for King right there.
I believe so. Gilmore trying to attack the rim, goes up, and it's good. No one from the Hawks team stepped up and guarded him, and it's 64-51 with 8:45 left in the first half. In the second half, Payne is a little stuck, trying to find King.
We got 8 minutes left, Steve, and the way King's going right now, King might walk out here with a smooth 30. And smooth 30 piece tonight. I like that.
And fouls on Joe McCray, and that is his third foul. And one thing about this Hawks team, normally a lot of Northern Virginia teams are scared or somewhat play a little bit timid against teams from DC and Maryland. But this Hawks team, as you can see, they're with it. They want the smoke, as they say. As you know, as the Tigers missing that shot right there. Jones goes in a spin cycle And a 3 ball is hit.
Another one.
And it's 67-51, 8:15 left in the first half, and almost a near steal again.
And Daniel, could you give us a little bit more insight with your comment there? You stated that a lot of the Virginia teams are playing a little bit timid when playing against these DC and these Maryland teams. Could you give me a little bit of insight? Why is that?
The reason why is that is because of the pace of the game and the speed of the game. You know, a lot of the DC and PG County and Maryland teams are a lot more faster, much more better athletes a little bit.
Gotcha.
And so, and a lot of the competition in Northern Virginia is not like that, very rare. And this Hayfield team, they're showing they're not scared at all. They don't care who you are.
Absolutely.
Just like what I saw in the first game against DeMatha, they were not intimidated by the WCAC. And this team is definitely not intimidated as Braylon Cage.
Great decision making by Cade.
Great floater off the glass again. We might have to interview 4 players off this Hawks team, probably all at once.
They are running away with this game right here.
Payne almost misses it.
Settles. Shot no good.
Looking up court. Great
Finds
pass.
King again, and King
Great
again
pass.
finishes.
That man is on fire right here tonight.
And he is working. And it's 71-51, and the team from Alexandria, Virginia, running away with it. And we got a timeout here by the Hawks.
Their lead has gotten up to 20.
God, they are running away with this game right here. Again, I tell y'all, King is about to walk out of here with a smooth 30-piece. Smooth 30-piece. That man is on fire right now. Him and Mr. Jones can't be stopped right now.
I believe the Tigers came in and thought it was going to be easy and that they'll be handed this win, especially after having that early lead. And ever since then, their play just hasn't been consistent. You haven't even been able to see them, put together a real consistent run, of getting stops and also scoring the ball, and it's come back to bite them. Absolutely right.
Now, again, it could be, with not having their star player, Rob Dockery, not here, it's definitely leaving a hole. And, as you can clearly see, the Hawks have a lot of subs on the bench, a lot of players to fill in just in case their starting 5 gets tired.
Yeah.
But, right now the Hawks are truly running away with this game.
Yeah, they're definitely missing Dockery, and that would have been a great matchup to see, the matchup between Jones and Dockery if he was able to make this game.
Absolutely.
7:17 left as Gilmore goes up, Euro, reverse, and it's good. And it's 71-53 with almost under 7 minutes left to play. The Tigers trying to press. Cage for 3, airballs it. And it's Coble. Finds Settles for 3, not a good shot. Rebounded by Jones. Jones brings it up. Settles it down, slows down. Jones finds a good pace, almost picked up by McCray. Holloway finds Cage for a heat check, no good. Almost rebound by Payne. Almost takes out the ref in the process. And it's Tigers ball with under 6:30 left to play.
Gave the referee a good laugh right there.
Gilmore goes up for a layup. Left-handed, good.
That was a nice strong take right there. Great aggressiveness right there.
And it's 71-55.
Tenley coming out with their own zone, their own 1-2-2 press.
Yeah, we'll see if it's not too late for them to make a run and make this thing interesting.
Ball right back to King on the block right there. He's working in the post.
Yeah, they got it down to their guy on that one.
That 1-2-2 zone must be famous up here in the D.C. Maryland area. I've seen every single team come out with that press.
It's not the most famous, I don't think. It's just a well used as David King again hit some free throws after getting fouled off that post up. David King again.
It can't be stopped.
Cannot be stopped. Gilmore again, he's had a great showing and he's willing his way They're getting this team a victory. Justin Gilmore. With under 6 minutes left to play.
And a steal by McCray, pushing it up. Finds Gilmore, and Gilmore lays it in.
Yeah, that's not bad now. Tenley's right there going a little, what, I would say about those 4 possessions back-to-back with a quick score. Gilmore's definitely splitting the defense right at the front of the rim.
And we have a timeout called by the Hawks.
Yeah, and I like to see this nice run by the Tigers, but at the same time, it just magnifies their inconsistent play. You know, where was this 5-10 minutes ago? You know, where was this to start when they started the second half? You know, where was this when the Hawks came back, you know, and they dwindled down their early lead?
Absolutely. Definitely got to be able to show that consistency out here.
Yeah.
'Cause, I mean, like you said earlier, they were up, the Hawks were up by 20. If you can't keep it going, then you're definitely going to fall behind on the scoreboard and on the score sheets. Those turnovers have definitely hurt the entire game.
Yep.
Hopefully they could try to clean it up. 72-59, close to 10 points.
As 5:43 left in this second half with Hayfield in the bonus. As the Tigers pressing. Jones and Payne trying to get it across half court. Jones gets it trapped, and it's ball stolen by McCray. McCray finding Gilmore. Gilmore, slow Euro. And we got a little bit of a game. It's 72-61. Jones trying to find some good offense. There might be a mismatch. As King comes up for a ball screen for Jones. Jones trying to find an open player. Cage. Cage has the ball now. Set under 5 seconds left in the shot clock. Find a way to get up. Jones goes up. Air ball. And the Tigers come up with it. Gilmore. And a turnover by Gilmore.
Tenley has definitely caught some life with this press here.
And it's under 5 minutes left to play. Payne almost getting trapped.
A little bit of confusion here.
I believe it was an issue with the clock there.
We're going to find out what's going on.
I think it was a shot clock. But yeah, Tenley's definitely coming alive with this press that they've come out in right here, trying to put more pressure on the ball. Definitely led to a few more steals and getting Gilmore those open and shot opportunities right at the front of the rim.
Under 4 minutes and under 4:30 left in the second half. Payne almost getting pressured. Jones finds a lane, drives and kicks to Holloway. Holloway, this shot and a rebound, but it's an over and back call on David King. Over the 6'8", Kai Settles.
Now Settles is down there battling with King right now. Again, King being undersized and pretty much being taken advantage of pretty much the entire paint, the entire game. Settles is right there trying to body him.
Give credit to David King, though. He's battling against these bigs and making it a living nightmare.
Tenley's definitely put some extra help down there now.
Settles finds Lomax. Lomax finds Gilmore. Gilmore trying to get to the lane. He gets to the lane easy again. And it's Justin Gilmore. 72-63 with under 4 minutes left to play.
Now that was a nice crossover for Gilmore to get into the lane. Now he's definitely getting there.
And a foul's on McCray. And DJ Holloway will be going up for the shot. Winner of this game advances to the semifinals. as Gilmore finds McCray. McCray finds Gilmore again as Gilmore finds Settles, finds McCray. McCray goes for three and hits it. And it's 72-66, and we got a ball game with under 3 minutes, under 3:30 to go. The Hawks, Jones tries to drive it, finds Cage. Cage gets it back to Jones. Jones gets a screen from King, and Jones still has the ball, finds King. King drives in, tries to post up someone bigger, and loses the ball. And it's Tigers basketball.
Now, Tenley's done a great job right here within the last 3 to 4 minutes of pretty much trying to take King completely out of the game and neutralizing him down in the post. They put their biggest person on King right now, and as you see, as soon as he goes in to spin inside, the help is there.
And Burton subs in for Cage as Gilmore tries to go in across half court. Under 3 minutes to go. Brimage for three, no good. Rebounded by Holloway. And the Hawks gonna have to try to find a way. Can't get rattled, can't lose the lead now.
The Hawks have not scored in the past 3 minutes.
Holloway has the ball, finds Burton. Burton finds Payne. Payne, under 10 seconds left in the shot clock. Jones goes up. And as good as it goes, and and a three-point play. And Jones again showing the grittiness and talking.
Now, Tenley's done a great job switching this 2-3 zone right here to get that extra help down there where King was destroying them at.
Pondexter telling Jones, stop talking to the other team. And Jones hits a free throw. Jones might get an earful from Pondexter at the end of the game for talking trash. McCray goes up for the floater. No good. Jones getting pressed, and it's a foul call on McCray, and that is his, I believe that is his fifth foul. Fifth or fourth foul. And that's his fifth. Great effort by Joe McCray.
I think that puts the Hawks in a 1-on-1 situation with 2 minutes, 18 seconds left right there.
Yep. Yeah, it does.
Tenley's done a great job again fighting to come back. Got to be able to close it.
And Jones hits the free throw with 2:18 left in the half. Stay tuned for more, folks, as we will have a post-game interview with the player of the game, or I should say players of the game, because we can't pick who's who for this very well-balanced Hawks team. As Jones extends the lead for the Hawks, 77-66. Gilmore goes for three, no good, rebounded by Lomax. Lomax gets Brimage. Brimage finds Gilmore. Gilmore goes up in the lane, and it is a blocking foul, and that is on Burton, John Burton.
And the bucket counts.
And that's the 7th team foul on the Hawks. We got a substitution. Cage is subbing in for Burton. And this Hawks team showing
true depth with their bench.
Yep, true depth.
Free throw was good.
And we're back to seeing Jones giving it to Payne. You see the press. Payne, almost a near costly, and a turnover by Payne. Payne and Gilmore finishes with a layup with under 2 minutes to go, and it's 71-77.
Now it's a two-possession game with about 1:40 to go.
Smart ball,
it's interesting.
Smart ball.
Good move by Jones on the baseline.
Great find. Holloway almost loses the ball.
Until it's right back on it with that defensive pressure.
Have to settle down. Payne goes up. Oh, and it's off the Tigers.
He's trying to get it down there to King. He's trying to get it to King, to one of their best players. Again, King's been dominating the paint all game.
And the shot clock remains at 8. So
Under 8
it's interesting
seconds
to see
go.
what play they'll be going to, when they inbound the ball.
King right back at it.
And King gets fouled.
That's 2 free throws.
And that's 2 free throws because that is over the foul count, and the Hawks are in the bonus with 1:22.
That's huge. If they could have, if the Tigers could have came over with a stop on that possession, then that could have been big for them. Unfortunately not. As King heads to the line and makes his first.
And the substitution is called as Burton subs in for Cage. David King makes one and misses one, and it's 78-71. 1:20 left. Gilmore goes all the way, and it's good. And it's 78-73.
Now, Gilmore's been the main player scoring for the Tenley Tigers this entire second half.
Yes,
I honestly want to say he might have put up there past 15 points. And another one for King.
And a no call that could have been a charge or a travel, and David King makes the layup, and it's 80-73 with under a minute to play.
You know where he's going. Gilmore right to the basket again.
Gilmore has put up their last 15 points, guys. I definitely believe it. He has.
And a winning effort, and an effort by Justin Gilmore, and the Tigers head coach having a word with the officials after that no call, which should have been a charge.
Now, I don't know anything right there because King came in. He put some body right into him.
I think it could have went the other way. I believe it could have been called a charge.
If not a blocking foul, honestly, I believe the best thing the referee did was let it be a no call right there.
And it's 49 seconds left, and it's 80-75. This still could be a tight game. Guys, what is your keys to games for both teams to finish out for a win?
Well, for the Hawks, they got to take care of the ball. They just have to take care of the ball. Do not turn it over, and just try to get, in this possession with a shot attempt. For the Tigers, it's definitely the opposite. You want to come down and you want to get a stop, and hopefully you want to cause a turnover to get the ball with a little bit more time on it than, the entire 30 seconds being ran off.
I definitely agree with Steve here. Right now, the Hawks are in a commanding position. You're already in a 1-on-1 situation, up by 5 points. Let's get the ball in. Let's try to force the guys to foul.
And an 8-second violation is called on the Hawks. Couldn't get anything off that press, and that's a crucial turnover.
Wow.
You just said it, Steve. You just said the Tigers got to find a way to get the ball.
Find a shooter in the corner.
And no good.
It's
by
rebounded by
Coble.
Jones. Jones gets it up
Rebounded
court.
by Jones. They got to get it across half court. King gets it across half court, and a foul is called.
And he's right back to the free throw line.
And Brimage gets the foul call, and that's his third.
This is how you do it right here, guys. Definitely how you close out a game.
Huge free throws here as King missed his last attempt. We'll see what he can do at the line here.
That was a huge 8-second violation call right there.
And David King going to try to ice this game. The Hayfield coaching staff is very upset with the team not getting back on D. And David King extends this lead.
The Hawks can't foul here, but at the same time, you cannot allow for a big three-point shot.
Gilmore again goes into the lane, misses it, and David King comes up with it. Shot clock is off.
And King's back at the free throw line.
Adding to his point total of the night. Yeah, I think he's going to get to that 30.
I believe he over 30. I'm going to be honest. I think he over 30. I believe in the past 5 minutes, he might have done put up about 10 points.
We'll probably get the final stats right here at the end of the game as we do our post-game interview. Stay tuned for that as we interview the player of the game, or should play players of the game. 23 seconds left. Lomax trying to go and create something. Settles, goes for a three. No good. Rebounded by Burton. And Jones gets the ball in 13 seconds left, and this is wrapped up as the lone Virginia team left in the league wraps it up, and it's 82-75. The Hawks of Hayfield Secondary wins the game over the Tenley Tigers, and the Hawks advance to the semifinals.
Guys, I'm going to be honest with you. I believe that game goes directly to David King, because if it was not for King, King did a great job. He, just off his play in the paint and getting the big guys in foul trouble for Tenley, automatically got those guys out the game.
Yeah, he emotionally led them, you know, definitely through that storm that they had at the beginning of the game, starting off slow and being down, 13 or 15 points to start off early.
To come back to an 82-75 win. And again, the guys were up 20 points. They were up 20 points at one point in time. So, I mean, definitely credits, as you stated earlier, to Gilmore for fighting back in that game right there. But, I mean, the Hawks definitely great job as far as closing out.
Final score, 82-75, as Hayfield advanced to the semifinals. Stay tuned for the postgame.